Hello, everybody. I am very excited for this interview today because I'm here with Uri from Somavedic, which is this technology I came across at the Health Optimization Summit in London a few weeks ago. And among many devices, this is one that really stuck out for me. And not only did I spend some time at the counter, but they also did this talk and I was blown away by it. And I approached Uri afterwards and requested that we did this interview. So this device is just very, very powerful at actually normalizing the effects of EMFs. As you're in this group, or maybe you're not, you know, I'm pretty passionate about helping people really become aware of the effects of EMFs and how to protect themselves going forward. And this is a phenomenal device. Not only does it protect you from EMFs, but it actually enhances your health at the cellular level and it structures the water. So this is really cool. Without further ado, welcome, Uri. Thank you so much for affording us your time to come on to this interview.
Yeah, hi Neil. Thank you for having me, and I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome. Me too. Really excited. I was like a child waiting for Christmas, you know, thinking about this interview because it's such an incredible device. So can you give us a bit of a background about this device? What is it and what is the aim for the device?
Sure. The first model was designed and produced in 2011, and the main idea behind it was to neutralize the geopathogenic zones, the negative effects of geopathogenic zones. If people are not very familiar with that, it's basically they are underground, and they can be caused by tectonic plates or underground rivers. And when there's, for example, like the river is flowing, and so there is specific like vibration, and if this vibration goes up and towards your bedroom or an office chair, basically a place where you spend 7 or 8 hours a day, it is proven that it's causing different kind of illnesses. So this is why Somavedic was the first intention, why it was designed in 2011. And then the inventor, Ivan Rybyansky, found out that it's basically also neutralizing the EMF. And so since then he's developing it and improving it almost every year. And also, yeah, a few years ago he added the water structuring effect. So yeah, this would be in a very, very short nutshell how it came to be.
I love how you just nonchalantly or relaxed in a relaxed way just said, yeah, he just added water structuring as if it's
Yeah.
nothing.
Because, yeah, there is a story behind the water structuring. So because first of all, I would like to explain how the Somavedic works, so people get an idea, and how we are different from other producers. So in each Somavedic, or for those who will be watching it, like how it looks like. Inside of it, there are real precious stones and gemstones and minerals. So like physically they are inside. And what we do, they are in the core, we call it heart. And what we do is we amplify their properties and frequencies into the environment. So basically they are radiating into the environment and creating like a coherent life supporting field around the device, with the diameter up to 100 feet or 30 meters. Why I'm saying life supportive? Because, for example, and this rules out also placebo, for example, the plants grow faster or bloom longer.
That's such an interesting point what you just said then, because not only are there, you know, amazing results with humans, but you just kind of mentioned the placebo effect in that you're noticing plants grow better when these are in the room. That's really amazing.
Yeah, and we do have several testimonials from people that their pets were not doing well, and they suddenly started to gain weight or just basically felt better or healed. So it has also, of course, the coherent effect, or the coherent field that is basically helping our bodies to heal themselves. So they have more energy to heal themselves, because the healing is basically like internal process. So this is how it works. We are using we are using real precious stones and gemstones, also precious metals. Inside of some of the models are like gold, platinum, palladium, silver, copper, and all of these have different, let's say, properties on our bodies, and so there's a mix of vibrations that is radiating into the environment. And this is, as I said, this is helping our bodies to regenerate faster. It's neutralizing the EMF effects. So when sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say this, it's all really using frequency, isn't it?
Yes.
And then
yes.
when we understand that we are frequency, we're vibrational machines, we're these walking, talking bundles of electricity, and everything's vibrating and everything about us has a different frequency. And you touched on a really key word there, and you called it coherence, because all of these, surprise, surprise, natural stones and metals and minerals, they have a natural frequency from the earth, which is supportive in healing the body, compared with man-made radiation from cell phones or Wi-Fi or 4G, 5G, etc. So you're creating a coherent energy, a coherent frequency in a room or within that radius that you mentioned.
Coherent space, yes, exactly.
Coherent space, which is, we're really talking frequency here, aren't we? And and you must be familiar with Royal Raymond Rife and using frequency in healing cancers in the early 1900s. I mean,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. So the device is basically a combination of Eastern European approach to health and wellness with the scientific knowledge from frequency therapies. So because even before the first Somavedic was born, the founder Ivan was struggling quite with health, and doctors told him that in 2 years you will be sitting on a wheelchair. So he basically started to study Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine and precious stones and gemstones, and this helped him to basically to heal. And this was just the first step. Then when he was designing the first Somavedic against the geopathogenic zones. So this is the whole story when we go back to that, why he was using gemstones and minerals, because he was trying to heal himself, which he did, and then he made a device out of it.
So incredible, so incredible. It's often the case, isn't it, that pioneers, or I'd call them a pioneer in this space, and entrepreneurs who are doing these kind of things, they often heal themselves first. They discover a technology or create a technology, they work with themselves, and then they help other people do the same thing. That's why I love, entrepreneurs in this kind of area, and it's really fascinating what he's created. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Lots of inventions were done because of the necessity, or people. There are lots of inspirational people that had to go through really hard times in their lives to get out of them and be inspirational. So that's and so they can tell the honest stories about it. And there are so many people walking around, and we feel attracted to them because they've been through rough, and they now just sharing the stories and showing us that this could be done. But I started to explaining how the Somavedic works, and before that we were talking about the water structuring. So so I get back to that right now. So the first model that he was designing, thanks to the crystals and minerals, there were lots of attempts and failures, and you know how this goes. So at that time you have to put with the first models, you had to put a specific amount of water next to the device for a specific amount of time. Let's say 2 liters or 1 gallon or whatever for 7 minutes. When you left for a longer period, the water was too, let's say, energized. It was too buzzed, and it didn't taste well. So he had to research this quite a lot, and now that it's in a state that whatever amount of water you put next to it, because the Somavedic is contactless structuring the water. It's basically like frequency, because as the device is emitting, the frequencies, of course, like whatever is in that field, is affected by it, is harmonized by it. So when you have nowadays, when you have a jug of water next to the device, doesn't matter the amount, it takes like 15 to 20 minutes. It gets to the 100% harmonization or the water structuring, and it stays there. It stays there. The water is 100% harmonized and structured, and it doesn't go any further. So this was also quite a long development process of the devices, that because there are two of them that are structuring the water.
Amazing. Now we're talking about structuring. Can we just quickly explain what structured water is? Because this is something that really grabbed my attention at the event. I'm familiar with the studies of Dr. Emoto, who's been studying water crystals for 15 years. And, or maybe I can quickly speak to this, and maybe you can speak to it.
Sure, go ahead.
So when I discovered this, my mind was blown, because water is way more than just this fluid that we drink to hydrate our cells, which is obviously a very important function. In nature's most natural way, we would be drinking this water from springs, where it's been flowing through all these different rocks and minerals, and it's pure. There are no chemicals in it. There's no drugs in it, and it's pure water in the purest form. And what Dr. Emoto found was that water from such natural springs had a particular property, and he also found that it carries this energy. And not only does it carry energy, but it responds to emotions. It's like it almost has information. And this is documented. This is scientifically documented, that water contains memory. And we're all pretty familiar with, we're all kind of familiar with how snowflakes look in their perfect form. What Dr. Emoto found was he had these different experiments where he'd have, say, water in different jars, and he'd expose these different jars to different emotions. So like everything has a frequency, different emotions have frequency. And at the top of the frequency scale, you've got emotions like love and appreciation and joy and those kind of emotions. And right at the bottom, you have fear and shame and anger and all these low vibration emotions. And he found that the water crystals responded differently to different words spoken, or even letters written on labels next to the water. And he documented all of this. And he also exposed it to different music. Like amazing crystals were formed when exposed to beautiful Mozart or Beethoven music, for example. These perfect crystals, just like when they're exposed to love, like these beautiful crystals. And then on the flip side, if they're exposed to, say, thrash metal, like dark music, there'd be no kind of crystal or anything in the water. And the same if they're exposed to kind of negative emotions like anger and fear and resentment and guilt and these kind of emotions, no kind of crystals. So bearing in mind that we're between 60 to 80% water, and water's our number 2 life fuel, it starts to become pretty magical when we think about the effects of water on the body. So I just wanted to interject with that, because I think a lot of people don't understand what structured water is, but structured water is giving it its life back. Because often by the time when we drink water from our taps, it's effectively dead. It's lost all of its form. It's lost its energy, and it's gone through all these different pipes. It's got all these different chemicals in it, all these pharmaceutical chemicals, and even contraceptive, medication, all these horrible things. Anyway, it harms the water. So what structuring does is it gives it life back. Is that all fair to say? Uri?
Yeah. I would say yes. It gives the life back. It gives the initial natural structure. There's no harmful information stored in it. So it's basically like the most natural like water we can, or state of water we can drink, that is most suitable for our bodies. Yes.
Amazing. And given that we do live in this Western world and we don't have access to spring water at the top of a mountain, which is in its purest form, I can't think of a better device than this device, and knowing that water is so important for us.
Yeah, exactly. So as you said, yes, to structure the water means basically, let's say, erase the information, harmonize it, and getting it back to the more natural, like structured state, like the beautiful state, harmonious state in the in a water that you have, for example, from like natural like springs. Just to mention, when you mentioned the Masaru Emoto, of course, the pioneer of that. We are actually cooperating with his son in Japan.
Oh wow!
Yeah, with Hiroshima Emoto. Our founder met with him, and they are cooperating. So just like a side note that
I'm even
yeah.
more excited now. This is
Yeah,
blowing my mind. It's just incredible. Okay.
yeah, and he loves the Somavedic. He does love the Somavedic.
Superb. You've got such an incredible device here. Okay, do you want to talk about the kind of, if you're ready, unless you've got something else to say to that, do you want to talk about the kind of results people are getting with this?
Yes. So basically, as it is creating that field, it has like the coherent field where our bodies can start healing themselves. So it has different effects on different people, obviously, because everybody is dealing with something else. But the most common things that people, when they write us, is that they sleep better, they have more energy during the day, they have more focus, like more clarity when they work. Their mind is sharper, or their mood swings are not so high. Especially like women do really like tell us that yeah, the mood swings are not so high. I had an argument, but I feel like calmer. Or so yes, the calming effect. There are like lots of people say also it has a calming effects on them when they have it in their room or living room and they just are near it. So it's calming them. People have deeper meditations, for example. So yeah, this would be the general effects. Better sleep, more energy, sharper mind, feeling of calmness. Uh, yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, we have lots of interesting testimonials. Some very funny. And we have them published on our webpage, so on somavedic.com. So just go there and you can check for yourself.
Amazing. Amazing. It comes as no surprise that when we're harmonizing the body at the cellular level and we're removing the influence of these man-made EMFs, that when we have harmony at the cellular level, our symptoms start to go away. On the flip side, a lot of people who have electrohypersensitivity, for example, get headaches and they can't concentrate, they can't think, they've got brain fog, they've got depression, and I don't know what I'm doing. They've got depression and anxiety, but they don't quite understand what's going on, but we've got these external EMFs affecting us. So what you're creating is a harmony it's harmonized with the body and at the cellular level, so you can see these symptoms disappear.
Yeah. We do have studies from Germany, Austria, and Slovenia, proving that not only the Somavedic is like neutralizing the EMF effects, but it has like supportive, let's say, supportive function, or it's a support for our bodies. Because as they were in the Slovenian study, they were measuring biomarkers when people or the patients were in the room with Somavedic and cell phone. So they were like studying how the biomarkers, what their levels are when one of them, Somavedic is on, cell phone is on, cell phone is off, Somavedic is on. So they were measuring this with the cell phone and Somavedic, and with the Wi-Fi router and Somavedic. And we have this published on our webpage as well. You can find it there. And with both cases, the results shown that show that it has like reinforcing biological effects on our bodies, the Somavedic.
Amazing. So just to reiterate, not only does it neutralize the effects of the EMFs, you get healing effects effectively from this device. So you're going to get healthier by having this device, basically.
Basically, yes. So there's one recent study, very recent. We don't have it, like the whole study is not published yet. We do have primarily results and signed by the doctors. So I'll tell you a short story about that one. So there were two MDs that medical doctors that bought Somavedic for their personal use, and they found their effects were great. They sleep improved, their wives loved it, their plants grew faster. And so as they were thinking about it, this is really like doing something. So let's measure it in a way. And they are working in a balneology institute. Balneology is something similar to spa, where people get treated by mud, like healthy mud.
Oh yeah,
Yes. So that's balneology. So they are working with elderly people or older people there, and so they decided to do a small study with 10 patients, and so the patients were they stayed in the clinic, and the patients were exposed to the Somavedic. It was in the room for basically all the time, and they were measuring blood pressure and pulse. They were measuring it every day, morning and in the evening, and they were doing this for 4 weeks, for a month. And as they, as I get one step back, so basically they approached us because they have good results, and they approached us if they that they would like to do a study. So we of course agreed. So they started to do this study. So they were doing these measurements, and the results are quite surprising, or maybe not. That with the 10 out of 10 people, all their blood pressure and pulse lowered with all of them.
Wow.
But what is the third and fourth week, the blood pressure and pulse was lower than in the first 2 weeks. And they are describing on what device it was measured, etc. So they were doing the study. But what's even more interesting is that with 5 of them, the blood pressure got to like normal levels, which is like really amazing, considering that there was no additional, let's say, supplements, drugs, or whatever. It was just the amazing effect of, let's say, the field, the coherent field that allowed the body to heal or starting to regenerate or normalize, let's say, faster. So and the Somavedic was not designed to do this. It's just, so it was quite surprised. So it's just showing that when you create a field where the body can heal itself better, then yeah, like your body can do quite incredible things.
That is that is just incredible. That is phenomenal what you just said. That's just so amazing. You just create a field of harmony. The body responds. It really is kind of going back to nature, isn't it? And it's in a really kind of cool way. And that's incredible. 5 people's blood normalized. It didn't just get lower, it normalized.
Blood pressure. blood pressure normalized with 5 of them, and the other 5 there was improvement as well. So and the results are the conclusion is that now they are going to do like a big study with 100 or 120 people, and when this proves similar results, it's the way towards a medical device, because it's a state institution, it's a public institution, it's not private. So when this institution will say, give it the stamp, or like this is what we tested on 100 patients, these are the results. So we are one step closer to, at least in this narrow field of, yeah, let's say blood pressure or whatever. It's quite amazing that the device was able to do that, and that the initial idea or intention was to create a device harmonizing the negative effects of geopathogenic zones. So, and now we are in, yeah, doing these studies and these tests showing great results. So it's of course it was a long process, long way, but yeah, we are grateful that we are there.
This is, yeah, just incredible. And I see the future of medicine as understanding energy, understanding frequency. You know, as Tesla said, if you want to understand the laws of the universe, think of everything in terms of frequency, vibration, and energy. I think that's, yeah, energy, frequency, and vibration. I think that's what he said. So once we understand that everything is energy, that's all there is to it. When, you know, this is such an incredible technology. People won't need to use medications because their bodies are normalizing. I mean, we've got to be careful with claims and stuff, but ultimately it's about taking our power back.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The studies are different. Studies are on the way. So we will be publishing them. So, but as you mentioned, that everything is energy, and yes. So, for example, you have it's in the last years the sound healing like tools.
Yes.
You have light therapy. So and this is just like frequency vibration, like what we are working on. So there, the spectrum is really wide, that of the instruments and tools and devices that we can use to balance and harmonize our bodies.
Amazing. Can you show us the studies now? Can you show us the blood samples? Can you show us the
yes, sure. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the Hiroshima Emoto. Next, then this is Ivan Rybyansky.
All right.
The founder. Yeah, exactly, the founder. So yeah, so here is it's a leaflet, but it's showing what basically the tap water on the left is the same source, is the tap water on the left, the non-structured, and after spending like 15 to 20 minutes, the glass of water was measured after spending 20 minutes in the 15 to 20 minutes in the field of the Atlantic model or Somavedic Medic Green Ultra. You can see the nice structure, almost like a snowflake. So yeah, so those are the crystals.
That's just amazing. It really is amazing.
Yeah, here this is in German, but you basically see it was done in Switzerland, in Swiss laboratories. We send them the devices, and they send us back the pictures. This is how you can see how it was measured, basically.
Right, amazing.
Yeah. And then we have test of blood samples that were done. So with people that were exposed to Somavedic within 90 minutes. So this is the patient 1 initial examination, and then after 90 minutes when they spend time in the Somavedic medic device. This is patient 2. There you can see that like the the red blood cells are basically like glued together, and this is after 90 minutes. So we have also these results showing patient 3, showing the positive effects on blood.
This is just mind-blowing, just incredible.
Yeah,
This is
and yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that it's just mind-blowing that you know it's documented what it does to your blood. And I've shared before what EMFs can do to the blood. So if we can neutralize the effects of the blood with the Somavedic, how amazing is that?
Yeah, exactly. But this yes, the blood samples and water samples, this is just the beginning. What we wanna what we are focusing right now are studies, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago. So more, let's say, more specific and tangible studies that are showing like real improvement in people, for example, like the blood pressure or similar things. So this is the way we are going now. And yes, so and one just to show you quick the study from Slovenia, how they were measuring, it was done on 12 people, how they were measuring the different biomarkers.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I love how this is clearly documented.
Yeah. Heart rate, muscle activities, skin conductance, finger temperature. So we have this, all of this is published on our webpage, so people can have a look. So, and for some, of course, there always be people that won't believe this, but we have so many testimonials and feedbacks that in if you would be talking to the people, like they don't need any scientific proof. They know how much it helped in their lives, and we have lots of them on our webpage. So we present to there, as I said, always will be people that don't believe this, but you can have a look at the science. You can have a look at the testimonials. And if you don't believe any of that, then it's just fine. I mean, we won't argue with anybody. But we have something from both sides. Not something. We have quite a lot from both sides, and working to expand that.
Yeah, you've got solid data. So could you quickly do a quick screen share of the devices on your website, just so the viewers can see it?
Sure, no problem.
If you're listening, go to somavedic.com.
Yeah, so yes, somavedic.com, and you just click here on the models, and this is what you're going to see. This basically comparison chart. So as you can see, the Atlantic model, that's designed just for the water structuring, as you can see. So here you have the geopathogenic zone protection, EMF protection, water structuring, free radicals, viruses and bacteria, harmonization of the environment. What these stars are basically telling is that how strong is the protection. Even the standard protection is pretty good with the harmonia. So because it, like 2-3 years ago, the harmonia model was together with the medic was basically the bestseller. Now basically buying just the medic green ultra, and it is the best choice because it's is the most powerful one, and it's also structuring the water. And nowadays it has very good protection when you are in a city surrounded by like lots of like tens of Wi-Fi's and BTS towers and stuff like that. So this is the general overview of our models. And here you can see it's in dollars, but here you can see the prices. And yeah, this one is standing out, the Medic Ember. It's a new model that was designed about 2 months ago. And the main reason behind that is that it's protection from 5G. and it's 4 times stronger than our strongest unit yet, the Somavedic Green Ultra. But what we have another unit in development for the 5G, and it will be in around this price range, around the Somavedic Medic Green Ultra. So this is in the development, and will come out maybe towards the end of the year.
Brilliant, amazing. So this device protects your home with a radius of 100 feet, which is about 30 meters, so a diameter of about 60 meters, which is pretty amazing, considering a lot of people live in flats or apartments with Wi-Fi routers, you know, shining in from every single direction. That's
yes, your
alone
neighbors can thank you as well.
Yeah, right. And another question, you do have a device to be held on your person, meaning to be taken, you can carry with you like you do a phone protective device. Can you show us that? Is that on your website?
That's not on our website yet.
Okay.
We do have that. It's a basically a small, like a crystal pendant, or yeah, it's a small crystal that you put on the device during the night. It basically recharges and absorbs all the frequencies, and then you can take it with you when you are going out, and yeah, it protects you for a day or two in a like 1 meter radius, and you can have it in your pocket. It's like a really like a small crystal. So that's one we have. It's like a, let's say, like a passive, because it has to be recharged, of course. And we have a portable unit that looks like this, but it's much smaller. It's this size approximately.
Okay.
And you can and it's we provide it with a car plug, so car charger, so you can have it in your car or on the travels when you are in a hotel, or whenever. It's handmade, hand blown crystal glass, that's but it is quite durable.
Okay, fantastic. You're right, that's really quite amazing what you've shared. And we've been going for almost an hour now. Is there anything you'd like to share at this stage? I think you've covered a lot.
Well, I think we've covered everything, the most important or interesting topics. So yeah, just I would like to invite people to our webpage to have a look, and yeah, Neil, you will be providing them with some discount code. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you. If you enter the discount code Vitality, you'll get 10% off the purchase price. And it also comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee, which is really incredible, because this is how much Somavedic stand by their technology. And I believe the claim is 99.9% happy customers or something like that. Is that fair?
Yes, exactly. So that's why we give 60 days money back guarantee, no questions asked, and we give also 5 years warranty. That means, because inside are like 3 LEDs, and so for example, one important mention that I forgot to tell, that you have to plug like the device into electricity, and but it has all the positive effects when it's plugged in, but it's working even when it's not plugged in, because it's based on the precious stones and minerals basically. So it has about 60% efficiency when it's just sitting on a table, no electricity attached, because the core of it are the precious stones and minerals. So yes, and so when you plug it in, you see the LEDs, and you will notice when one of them will go off, that there will be like a dark space in the Somavedic. So in this case, you will know that, okay, there's something wrong, and we give a 5 years warranty. When we exchange that model, we just send you a new one.
That's amazing. I wish there were more companies like this, you know. 5-year warranty, 60-day money back guarantee. It really is a no-brainer. And you can feel the effects on your own body within days, or probably less, maybe a day, maybe less. I think depending on the symptoms your body's presenting to you, or you're experiencing rather.
Yeah, the strongest symptoms people experience the first, let's say, minutes, hours, and day, the strongest ones. And then it just normalizes and you just feel better.
Amazing. So amazing. Thank you so much, Juraj. I have to ask you a very important question, because I ask everyone on my interviews, what's your number one vitality secret?
Number one vitality secret. So this would be probably get a good sleep, rest well and get a good sleep, because it's basically the only time when our body regenerates. So when you don't have a good sleep, like you don't feel that well. So for me is the number one vitality secret, to be protected well, protect your sleep well, and because that's the most important time to recharge batteries.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Yeah, and of course the Somavedic protects you whilst you're sleeping from all of these toxic EMFs, and you create harmony from frequency whilst you sleep. I can't think of anything better. So yeah, thank you so much, Juraj. That's been a really amazing.
Thank you, Neil.
Thank you. It's been a very, very interesting interview. I'm excited to see where your company is going. Yeah. I'm excited to see it become classified as a medical device. I'm excited to see these in every single home. And I'm excited to see people, get better from this. I mean, isn't that amazing? Someone has a health problem and suddenly everyone gets
homes, office, yes.
School.
Sorry to interrupt. Yes, offices, really important. Offices, co-working spaces, because we spend lots of time in offices, and there's the exposure to EMF much stronger than usually than in our home. So yeah, definitely offices and homes.
Speaking to the co-working space, so many people now working in co-working spaces in a Wi-Fi environment. That's me, like almost every day, if not every single day. And I'm excited for this device to be in my home, and because it's on its way. So thank you again, Juraj. And I'm really grateful.
Thank you, Neil, for having me. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed the conversation, and yeah, let's spread the word.
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to spread your work. Thank you for listening or watching, everybody, and please subscribe and like this podcast, and share this video with everyone you care about, and let's share the love, share these devices which don't just neutralize the effects of the EMFs, they actually make you healthier. How amazing is that? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode of the Vitality Secret podcast. Thank you for listening to the Vitality Secret podcast. If you like this, please leave a 5-star rating, and if you loved it, please take a few minutes to leave a review. The more ratings and reviews that are left, the easier it is for this life-changing information to get into the hands of people who need it. Don't forget to join my free 7-day program and ignite your inner healer at vitalitysecret.com.